Live Formula is happening very soon. The seasonal event which I've been most excited for. So let's look into what is going to be happening inside of this event. So where is this event going to be happening? Well, first of all, when I go into this now inside of my seasonal theories, I feel like every time it gets more and more obvious, but we're doing it anyway. Monculus inside of Anniversary Month last year, inside of the promotions, we saw the seasonals alongside the islands that they were going to be on. So for Monculus, what it was alongside was Ethereal Island inside of the promotion for it. So therefore, Live Formula with Monculus is going to be taking place on Ethereal Island. And when is it going to be taking place? As I'm feeling that question arising up in the air right now. It's going to be taking place on the 7th of June, most likely. I do think this Wednesday. Throughout the month of the Mythical, we're going to be seeing new updates arrive every single Wednesday for a solid 4 weeks, guys. So I do think they're going to want to get Live Formula out there so that we can witness this seasonal event, especially with all the other seasonal events that are going to be coming up too, because we've got Whiz Bangs coming up and Summer Song. So they kind of need to get out of the way so those other ones can actually take place. So yeah, I do think it's going to be happening on the first week, guys. So the rest of the seasonal events can have a chance to take place, but for Monculus by far, oh, they are absolutely an insane monster. So for Ethereal Island, I'm expecting for them to be less calm and more crazy. With Monculus, I feel like it's got that insane quality to it, and we've not really seen anything like that since Wobox, which makes me absolutely insanely excited for what we could expect out of Monculus on Ethereal Island. I'm expecting everything about it really to just be better. We've been seeing that with all the seasonal monsters, and it's going to be the same for Monculus, ain't it, guys? We're probably going to have more fluid animations than the seasonal shanty, and that's just absolutely insane to think about too, as Monculus's design is already insane without those animations being even more fluid, and it's already the best one in the seasonal shanty, so it's just going to upgrade itself immensely on here. I'm expecting, therefore, for it to do this through its hand movements. Obviously, it's a very slow kind of monster, seen as though it's very old. It's one of the first monsters that was created by the Colossals, so that is still going to be incorporated inside of its animation, but I'm expecting for it to be embraced through its hands and potentially more stuttery animations throughout its design, encapsulating that more old kind of aesthetic that you get with the monster, yet also very irksome and creepy, as that is what Monculus overall is. And for where it's going to go, I'm expecting for it to spice up absolutely where Wobox plays. Wobox, where it plays there, that is the barest first at the moment inside of the Ethereal Island song, I would say. So in order to rise that bit up and make it a bit more epic, I think Monculus could be the perfect companion to do just that. I think we do have as epic Wobox to think about on Ethereal Island, but other than that, we're really not going to be seeing much here, and I feel like Monculus going there makes the most sense right now. I mean, it's got this huge raspy voice, and imagine that alongside the Wobox vocals, the static likeness behind it. I feel like those two would be a really good duet too, which gets me really excited. Just overall having a duet with Wobox and Monculus, okay, that already is enough to get me excited, but the staticness and then the breathing noises too, oh, it's everything. I don't think anyone understands other than MSM lovers why we love his breathing noises for Monculus, okay? It is quite a weird combo, but it works out so well. I think, like to its animation, it's gonna have a more energized sound. It is a lot more calm and tranquil on seasonal shanty to fit that more fun, playful kind of atmosphere, but Ethereal Island is alien. Let's embrace that with Monculus and bring out a more energized take on this monster too, which it does resemble alienness, I suppose, a bit akin to the Ethereals. So let's go out there. This has huge potential, guys, and I feel like this is the time for them to go wild with the design and sound. Definitely, this is the most alike to Wobox we have got out of a monster yet, so let's embrace that and bring it to Ethereal Island now. Besides that, though, what else are we going to be expecting inside of Live Formula? Let's head on over to Monster Handler Matt to get a bit of an idea what could be coming.
Now that we've got those 5 base Epic Ethereals, that's it. That's all that we're going to make. We're not going to do any more. There's no way we're going to touch the double element ones. I wonder when the first of those we will see. It's an anniversary year, so that's kind of exciting.
So, double element Epic Ethereal is going to be arriving inside of anniversary year, and if it's coming anytime, when is it going to come? It's going to come inside of Live Formula, ain't it, guys? There's nothing better than inside of Ethereal Island's event, but which one is it going to be then? Well, all of the single element Epic Ethereal so far have released in the order that you'd discover them amongst the islands. And therefore, I think it makes a lot of sense for us to encounter the double element Ethereals that you might encounter first on the island, and the ones that are released first. So from those, we have Epic Nebulob, Wisp, or Oraculele, who could be as epic contender here. Everyone's always making the meme that all of the epics are going to come at once inside a live formula, and although I do want that to happen, we have to be realistic here, guys. I love that meme though, okay? We do need that. Oraculele out of this bunch seems quite unlikely, seeing as though it's the last one that you'd really come to expect out of them, and it doesn't have gas elements, so I'm moving that one to one side. It also doesn't really seem to fit live formula the most. And going by his chronology, Epic Wisp has the first 2 elements of the first 2 islands, making that quite a likely contender. But if you to ask me, I think Nebulob takes the cake here. It has the most befitting design for live formula, I do think, this time around. And it was also the first Ethereal to get a rare out of Wisp and Nebulob. So because of that, I feel like Nebulob is a contender for live formula. And for Epic Nebulob, every single Epic Ethereal so far, I've noticed a theme. So let's delve into the theme. So far, we've had an alternative element be played around with, whether it's Rebro with electricity, Grumpire with liquids, and then gas with bones. It's like a different element is played with every single time. So with that now, I think Nebulob is going to do the exact same, and with Nebulob being his most alien-like Ethereal, I'd say, I think a darker mech material would be so cool, guys. I'm imagining a purplish tone behind this, darker colours, a lot darker of the theme would be so cool. I think to really bring out this monster though, we need a different shape suit too. For rare and normal Nebulob, they've not changed the suit up all too much, but for this one, I feel like the time has come to do that. Let's change the head glass, change the body. I don't really care what shape it goes, but let's make it alien to fit live formula, guys, I'd say. And with this material, we're saying it could be space-like, so it got me thinking, how can we make it space-like? What is the most alien-like substance inside of the monster world? And going back to that, it's Monculus. It is bubble right what Monculus is made from. That is an alien-like material. And then I thought, you know, but how can we incorporate live formula into Nebulob a bit more? And then it hit me. Let's have malfunctioned bubble right. Let's make it so that Epic Nebulob is made from this unstable material, potentially deteriorating bubble right, to really delve into deep into the lore behind bubble right a bit more. As even though we know it's what's being created, we don't know the process in which the Colossals went about making this substance, and I feel like this could be our time to delve into that. If not now, then it's an idea for the future too. And for Epic Nebulob, we've got lovely Lyco's design on screen right now. They've kind of took it in a different direction. So we were saying how Nebulob is quite alien-like, and they've decided to incorporate that with an eye-like glass inside of the center here. A bit akin to Plixie, it's reminding me of now. And we've got some bubbles oozing out of this, and more space-like kit rather than the one that Nebulob seems to wear. Definitely very space-themed, this one now, isn't it? With Lyco's design here. Inside of live formula, though, what else are we going to be seeing? We're, of course, going to be seen as island skin, as we've been seeing for every single island so far. This island skin is the one that I am most excited for. Out of them all, this is the one that could take the cake. Please make it absolutely as epic as possible. We've got all of the eyes at the bottom of the Colossal that they can do stuff with, and it's not just that, it's just what live formula is. It's a celebration of the Colossal's creations of the monsters. So therefore, I'm expecting lore abound inside of this. If we don't get that, then this is the best seasonal event, and we need that, and I will be disappointed. There is no second chances here. This is it right now. This is live formula. Let's have a glimpse finally into the Colossals' creative process. See what kind of objects they were using in constructing the monsters, maybe some hammers, different devices laying about the island, and let's see really deep into their creative pizzazz. We could see all of the contraptions left behind by them, the different scraps of paper that might have been left behind, and just incorporating that wobbling island atmosphere, I think, into Ethereal Island even more is a must behind this. Let's have bubble right statues, potentially some statues that never made it into fruition, some decayed ones. Let's see ones that didn't make it into the full picture. We've seen Monculus, they're alive and well, but some of them might have gone wrong. Let's leave them to the side and maybe see some unique monsters that the Colossals were trying to craft that never made it out of the creative process. I do believe that that could be the case, and who's to say these monsters couldn't come back? This is a unique chance to add some monsters to that lore and make them a part of that bubble to potentially return to later too. There's a lot of potential here behind the story to really advance further on the lore as well. So let's have a nice lore description behind this, as well as we do need to learn a bit more about it. If I have one sentence to say to you all, though, it is also, please change the critter. Hashtag Thank you. Moving on to Riles' design here. We've got here on screen an Ethereal Island pizzazz for sure. We've got Monculus' hands around some bubble right statues for the single element Ethereals. Absolutely really akin towards the lore here. You know, the single elemental monsters were made from bubble right, so we can see Gas, Grumpire, Rebro, Geode, Humbug all here. We've got some remnants towards Wurbox's arms, some orbs, potentially revealing where Galvana and Wurbox's orbs could have come from, which is a really unique prospect put forward here by Riles. I really like the idea of lightning to the typical kind of things you might expect from this. I'm expecting they might go in a different kind of direction though. I'm not all too sure. It feels like they could go anywhere with this, which is really exciting. It feels like the lightning might be too akin to Woodland Island, and I do feel like they might want to show off the creative style behind this, but oh my god, Riles, you have encapsulated here just the kind of thing that we might get from the lore. Just please, I want this, okay? Right now, this is the skin that we all need in our lives. Are we going to be getting anything else inside of Life Formula though, you're probably wondering? Well, inside of every single seasonal event so far, besides Crescendo Moon, we've seen something else, whether it's the Dipsters, Firehaven, Wurbox, Tusky, and Knowles, we've seen something else inside of all the seasonal events. But with this one, it's quite unique because we've got it inside of the month of the mythical, and therefore new content is going to be coming around every single week, and therefore I think we probably have covered everything here because we got updates abound, guys. We got to have room for some more stuff to come, haven't we? So make sure to stay tuned too for my upcoming theory videos and what else might be coming inside of the month of the mythical, as I certainly do have some theories to share later, guys. I'll see you guys later though. For now, make sure to go and check out this if you're interested what's on screen right now. I don't have my face come on, but you can still go ahead and click that video, can't you guys?